Long time no see, guys. It's been like 17 years. I just went out to grab the milk and never came back home. And I apologize for that. I know, I keep on saying, I'll catch you in the next video and I'll be back and whatnot. But, I genuinely do apologize for that. Life's crazy sometimes. I believe the last time I left off making a video, it was about 2 months ago, I want to say. And to be completely honest, I don't remember exactly what I was talking about in the last video. However, I figured today's topic would be on the subject of pathways. Ironically enough, that is the high school that I went to. Well, the program at a high school that I was in. For further context, I was in this program called Pathways Academy, where essentially I would get out in 3 years instead of the original 4 that high school requires. Unfortunately, due to some unfortunate circumstances, I had to not repeat. I had to add an additional 4th year to my original plan because, there was computer classes I needed to take. That was around the whole COVID outbreak and things were more digital, per se. So, it is what it is. I got it done. I graduated class of 2021. But I figured that'd be a nice pun. Also to remind myself of my roots and where I came from. You see, now lately, life's been throwing a lot of different things at me. I switched, jobs again. I no longer work at the job that I used to. I worked as a dishwasher. Now I work in a warehouse. It's crazy. It's really crazy how fast time goes. It feels like yesterday I was like 13, 14 years old. I was going through middle school still, and I was questioning everything. Where am I going to be in the next 2 years? What am I going to be like? How am I going to be 5 years from now? Will I be happier? Will I be successful? What am I going to be a part of? All of these things, and even then some. But to actually be in the moment, to actually be in the spot in my life that I always used to question, it feels surreal, to be 20 years old now. It's just hard to fathom that. I never really saw myself becoming an adult. I never saw myself getting older. I never really saw myself, in these kind of positions that I'm in now. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that I don't have in my life now, but I try to pay more attention to the things that I do have. Because I'm very grateful for the things that I have now. And I always got to remember that things could be a lot worse. A lot worse. Remember, at the end of the day, regardless of your circumstances, nothing is forever. And those bad times won't last. That shit will be gone the next day. Not only is that what life taught me, but, that's what the people around me also showed me. I've met a lot of amazing people in my life that no matter what circumstances they were going through, they still found the time to be optimistic. They still found the time to be grateful and to be humble. And that to me is truly mind-blowing, because I feel like as human beings in those predicaments, we tend to crack under pressure and we tend to give in, to temptations, struggles, whatever is really in our way at that current time. And just to be there in the presence of those people was really life-changing for me. My best friend Zael, he's one of the people that I'm referring to. Man, I'm forever grateful for him. I love that kid, to the death of me. And his mother, his mother took me in like one of her own. It's a shame she's not here with us anymore, but I love her to pieces, and I'm forever grateful that I had an amazing role model and an amazing mom to be there and to love me as much as she did. It's these type of things, and even sometimes even the more littler of things, that I'm supremely grateful for. It's where my path has led me. My path could have been in 10 other different directions. My path could have been, I could have went down a path of destruction. I have, in a way. I could have been in a way worse situation due to my actions and what I do. Ultimately, though, I'm here. Sure, I may not have everything that I want. Sure, I may feel like I'm lost and that, I question my state of being. Like, why am I here? What am I doing this for? what is the purpose of all of this? But ultimately, I have to remember that I'm alive. And a lot of other people out there don't even have that chance. They don't even have the opportunity. There's a lot of people out there right now that are dying, whether cancer or illnesses, or they just don't even have the money to live. They live in poverty, or they're homeless. And I always got to remember to be humble and to remain grateful, because my pathway could be a lot worse than it actually is right now. A lot worse. I could be complaining and crying and moaning and groaning and pitying myself. But honestly, where would that get me? It would get me nowhere. It would dig me in a deep hole. That's not a way to live, to be sorry for yourself, and to pity yourself, and to complain about the things you don't have. Work towards the things that you want, I feel like personally, God's not going to give you everything you want, but God's going to give you the things that you need. The things that you need. My last job, I started to hate it really bad. The last straw for me, I won't get into too much detail, but the last straw for me was when someone physically threatened me. And it was at that point that I said, I'm not dealing with this anymore. That's when I chose my wealth, my health, and my personal being over something that's just going to replace me like this. That's superficial. A job will always replace you, no matter where you go. They'll always find another cashier, another cook, another dishwasher. But in the living world, they're never going to find another you. They're never going to find another Jacob, another Jimmy, another Heather. They're never going to find another you. You, my friend, whoever's watching this, you're one of a kind. I want you to understand that. The pathway that has led you all the way up to where you are right now, in this present moment. Sure, it may not have been the cleanest of roads. It may have not been even the healthiest of roads. It may not have been the brightest of roads. You may have had the worst time of your life. But I want to let you know that I'm happy. I'm happy at the fact that you're here right now. And no matter what you're going through right now, I want you to know that I am extremely proud of you for making it up until this point. You have all the potential in the world to change things. Be the change that you wish to see onto the world. And you may not notice the changes right away, but don't be discouraged by that. Good things take time. Lord, I know that, all my life I've been fighting to get to a better place. And I have to remind myself and slow down that I shouldn't be fighting over getting the next best thing. Because the place that I'm at right now is definitely the next best thing compared to where I was 5 years ago. I'm scared, not gonna lie, that everything around me is changing. I'm moving soon. One of my friends from a long time ago is leaving. A lot of situations that were in my life are ending, and new doors are opening, and I'm scared of change. But I feel like that's a normal human emotion, to be scared of the unknown, to be scared of change. However, if you don't pursue the change, if you're not willing to take the risks, if you're not willing to try the new, you'll stay complacent, and you'll miss out on so many blessings and things that are good for you, and you won't even know it because you never gave it a try. And so I want to remind you, the pathway that has led you all the way up to here, it's been a long road. But the things that are coming to you in the future, they don't have, how do I word this? They don't have to be permanent. If you don't like something about yourself, realize something. The past stays in the past. You have the power of the now to change what you want for the future. Remember that. You can't change anything in the past. And the only hope you have of changing the future is to work in the now, to work in the present, to work on yourself. Be the change you wish to see onto the world. I'm not going to give you guys guarantee on when the next video is going to be because Lord knows, the next time I post is going to be like 5 years from now. I'm going to be like 25, nonchalant, looking like a middle-aged single Spanish dad coming up in here with like a floral dress shirt or something, But ultimately, I just wanted to stop by, give a few words of encouragement. to whomever needs it out there. I may not know who you are, may not know the situation you're going through, may not know your struggles or your pathway, but I respect the hustle, man. And I'm happy that you're here. I'll catch you guys later on the flip side. God bless you guys. Have a good one.